is not
totally
true.
think it sucks. Hey!
Hello.
What up?
Welcome to the Bourbon Blend. I'm Courtney, and this amazing person next to me is Jay, my husband, and we are ready to discuss some bourbon.
Yes, we are. We're going to discuss some of your favorites.
Yes.
Which I would argue that two of these are not part of your favorite group.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I don't know why they're here. We're also going to talk about winners from the International Whiskey Competition.
Yes.
Which for the first time this year was held in two countries concurrently.
Yes. And of course, what great state would a bourbon competition be held in?
Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Yeah. Scotland.
Scotland?
Yeah. Our friend, I was talking to our friend Neil.
Yes.
Earlier today. He's going to go to the horse track.
The horse track.
This weekend with Amanda and some of his friends, and they're going to watch the ponies.
The ponies. I think they run the wrong way there.
They have a track there right outside of Glasgow. So.
Don't they run the wrong way? Don't they go, instead of going...
Why are you being so judgy?
We go counterclockwise.
Why
I think
are you
they
so
go
judgy?
clockwise.
You're being too judgy.
No, we're not judgy. They drive on the wrong side of the road.
Also, I have a new Owala here tonight. I didn't really mean for it to be like that, but Maddie told me about this one. There's a glow-in-the-dark Owala available at Target. Thank you, Owala, for your support of what we do here on the Bourbon Blend.
So you know what it looks like to me? It looks like you're taking part in the Pepsi Challenge.
It does kind of look like that, doesn't it? It's great at night because I put it next to the bed and then it kind of...
And it glows in the dark.
illuminates. Hey, maybe you glow in the dark.
So.
Let's see. Tim the Toolman and Ravin were jumping in with some comments earlier.
Oh, Lord. I know Ravin wants to make me eat one of those nasty chicken biscuits from Whataburger in the morning, and I just can't do it.
I know. You gave it a
Can't do it. I tried. I just can't do it. I have to stick with Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A, yeah. And also the logistics of Chick-fil-A. Assuming people will do what they're supposed to do in the cars.
Usually that's
it's very
the drivers are the issue in the drive-thru.
Yeah, it's user error for sure.
People are
so the syllabus tonight is we're going to go through some of Courtney's favorite pours.
I love these pours. They're all reasonable and you can get them.
That.
There's nothing expensive here. There's nothing
No,
that is more than
that.
$70 here. The most expensive is on the furthest side here. And the others are very reasonable price.
Very reasonable price. We'll also talk about winners from the IWC, and then we'll also go through some pictures from our trip to Jamaica.
Yes.
Which wasn't cut short by the hurricane, but was affected by the hurricane because when we got out of there, everybody was trying to leave the island, and Montego Bay Airport was not prepared for that many people.
No, they were not prepared.
No.
Especially because they live on island time, and they're not in a hurry to do anything.
We're still broadcasting from my mom's house.
Yes, we are.
Has been shown several times. It was shown mere hours before an hour before we walked in here tonight. So
everybody needs to cross their fingers. There's a nice fat offer tomorrow.
Yeah, we'd love to have a big fat offer. Hey,
we'll take even a decent offer.
Do you get any fat offers?
I do.
What do you usually say to them? Maybe?
Ask my husband's what I tell him.
I was talking about me. What?
Took a left turn for you, didn't it?
Yeah, wow. Jeez. All right, Courtney always loves to ask, what are you guys drinking tonight?
Yes.
Obviously, you guys know we're drinking this Redemption, this Bardstown Bourbon Company Origin, some Four Roses Single Barrel, and the Thomas S. More Madeira casks. That's what we're going to be drinking tonight.
Yes.
So tell us what you guys are going to be drinking tonight as well.
Yes, tell us what brown water you're having. Or if you're not having brown water.
I know Ravin's going to be drinking something kind of basic, and Tim will surprise you sometimes.
Yeah,
he
that
can
is
slip
true.
in there. All right, so we don't have any graphics for this particular part of the show, but let's go through some of your favorite pours, Snort.
Okay, so are you ready to have this one? So first there's a couple reasons I like
Wait, hold on.
one.
There was a chicken bagel at Chick-fil-A at one point? Tim, how long ago was that, G?
I don't know about that.
That sounds pretty freaking good.
I don't know if I like that or not.
I'm pretty sure I do, but I don't think I've ever had one.
I don't think so.
All right, anyway, we'll get back to that.
Those are very important discussions.
Oh, hell yeah.
We always have the important discussions here. So, Redemption. I like this for several reasons. First of all, it's a pretty bottle, right?
$1.50's got that Bardstown Discovery 11, which I think we will see later in the show.
No.
What is that?
Huh? No, this is Origin.
Oh, it's Origin.
Yeah.
Sorry, never mind.
We had Disco 11 yesterday.
Okay.
we had a little sippage of that. But this Redemption is tasty. I haven't had it in a bit, so I'm ready to rock it out. And there's just enough that, I don't know, might have to finish a bottle tonight.
Just enough. I was trying to find out where Redemption is actually located. I
don't recall. We did a show about it before, but I do not
It says
recall.
Deutsch Family Wine and Spirits in Stamford, Connecticut.
Oh my goodness.
I had no idea.
I like a Connecticut bourbon.
Connecticut bourbon?
I don't know about this now.
Let me see that.
I love that bottle though. Yeah, that bottle's super cool. Reminds me of my apothecary notes that it happened back a long time ago.
Distilled in the Indiana heartland, bottled by Bardstown Barrel.
Okay.
Bardstown Barrel? Selections. Well, Bardstown Barrel Selections, Bloomington, Indiana. So,
Interesting.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Could be Indiana.
It's a very beautiful bottle, but it also it's finished in cognac casks.
Tim's sipping on Green River, which is kind of a new to the
Yes.
scene, new old, and we like it. Chick-fil-A had breakfast bagel that was legendary. I think they got rid of it a year or two ago. No way, really?
I've never had.
How
a
did you never
Chick-fil-A.
bring me one?
I've never had one of those. I didn't know it existed.
Can you make me a
So
sandwich?
sorry. I made you a sandwich yesterday.
Redemption. We like Redemption for a few reasons. It's low proof, and this one's got a cognac
It's
finish.
99 proof.
Courtney likes the cognac. You
Yes.
like finishes.
I do like
in general.
I do like a finished bourbon and a football player that can finish inside the red zone.
That took a turn at the end too.
You were waiting for the last words, weren't
He's
you?
gonna finish in, and I was like, who? All right, so Redemption.
It smells so good.
It does have a nice little
It
aroma
smells
to it.
so good.
It smells like victory. No, it smells like just happiness. I don't know. I mean, I don't have that. I got the
It's
AC.
sweet.
At least I don't smell mothballs.
That's true.
Yeah, I taste the sweetness too. Revin says the bagel was his go-to. I had no idea.
Really?
It's like a Florida. Was it? Were we
I don't
omitted
know
from
anything
it in
about it,
Alabama?
Jay. We've got to work on that. We gotta what do you call it? Pick it and get a bagel back, so I can just taste it and not like it.
Revin says he's getting a tug off this basic Daniel Weller.
Huh?
Basic Daniel Weller? Do you really have Daniel Weller? Or are you being full of shit? Because Daniel Weller's the one with the compass on top. It's like
Right.
$3,000 or $4,000.
I think he might be just talking about Weller in general.
Yeah, that's possible.
Maybe. Who knows?
Who knows?
Revin is a baller, so.
All right, good. Surprise! I feel it in my. I feel a hug more than I would have expected from that proof.
It's a little late, but it's a pleasant hug.
Courtney
Pleasant
likes
hug.
this, and it's kind of like
I do like it a
It's
lot.
like air blown, and so there's like little air
Yeah.
pockets in the.
It's really
in the
pretty.
glass.
You know what? It would be really pretty when we finish with it and cut it off and make a candle out of it.
Yeah, this would be a nice little candle, wouldn't it? Put a couple wicks in there, Courtney.
We might have to consider that, Mr.
Yeah,
Day.
grab a. Oh my goodness.
Oh no! Look at that.
Courtney loves it when Canoeman super
Yes.
chats.
Smash the
Please.
like button.
We should have a song. Smash the like
Smash.
button.
Jay, we're gonna get you to make some songs.
I'm skeptical of my ability to do that.
I don't
however.
think so. Don't you have the little keyboard thing that you can do?
I tried to do it.
You're just too critical of yourself.
You're
It would
too
be
critical
fun.
of yourself, maybe.
So, I think this is delicious. I love the finish on it. I do feel a little bit of a hug, but it's a very pleasant hug to just let you know, hey, you just had some bourbon.
Yeah, it's not harsh.
It's not at all.
I imagine that people on the internet who review this, who know more about it than we do, would say that it lacks complexity.
I can get that.
That's what I
The
think it
finish
would
is
say.
strong. Like, the finish is strong.
Courtney, look at this.
What's that?
Canoeman says, cannot stay and cannot hear at dinner passing through Glacier Bay, Alaska. However, had to support the blend, being back from a well-deserved 2-week hiatus. We're going to go
Thank
ahead and
you.
give you...
We appreciate that.
That
He's up in Alaska. Don't end up in the hospital in Anchorage. If you do, ask for Dr. Jones.
Dr. Jones, we know him. He's a good dude.
Be my nephew.
Thanks for checking in, Kanuman. You're
Very
an absolute
nice.
stud. Don Properdickin, who we referenced several times the
We
other day.
did. We were talking about it.
Because Netherlands played in
Yeah.
the semifinals of the European Soccer
You
Championships.
don't have to tell him that because he already knew his home team wasn't there.
Well, I mean, I was telling everybody on the
just sharing
show.
with
But
everybody else,
Don,
okay.
of course, lives in Maastricht, Holland. He is a legendary ruler. I don't know if that's the word we use, legislator, there in the Maastricht region, right against the
Yes,
Belgian
definitely.
border. And he was fired up. Orange lost,
Yes.
though,
I know.
on a late goal from Ollie Watkins. He
It
says,
was a little
time for
sad.
DP to get shit-faced. He's talking about himself in the third person.
Okay.
Courtney got excited when she saw
I was
DP.
like, DP,
Well, if we just said time for DP.
I'd be like, maybe we need to talk about something different.
Ravin says, what was the bottle for the bourbon event? Was that the bottle for the bourbon event? No? We had 3 for the bourbon event. We had, is he talking about in Montgomery or are you talking about down there?
I don't recall.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Let's get some additional
All right.
answers
All
from
right,
Ravin
this
on that.
is delicious. If you can get your hands on it, I think you should get it because 2 reasons. First of all, it's going to look snazzy on your bar.
Of course.
There's no other bottle I've seen that looks like this. It's very old school, very neat, and it tastes pretty darn good.
I personally would give it 2.5 charcoal briquettes out of 5.
I give it 3.75.
No way. You can't do 7.5.
Yes, I can.
No, then it gets grimy in your hands. It's a briquette. You can't like cut it in. You can go halves.
You can
but
go in
can't
quarters.
Ravin.
I make the rules.
No, Ravin, you know this is BS, man. Ravin also wants to know about the mouthfeel on that bad boy.
Tasty.
It's important
It
to
feels
have
great
it.
in my mouth.
All right, on the move, guys. We move.
Need a little water.
We go on to our next one, which is going to be. I'm surprised you picked Origin.
I love Origin. White label Origin.
It's
I
a
love
great
it.
value play.
That's what I'm talking about.
Wardam Steve is in the house tonight.
Hello.
Appreciate
How
you being
are
here, brother,
you?
with us, G.
Yes.
We are we're kicking off with some of Courtney's favorite pours here. Although I'm skeptical, Steve, that these are actually her favorite pours.
These are some of my favorite pours. The favorite pours that were at my house.
We had the Redemption Cognac finish. And
Favorite-
now we are drinking the Bardstown Bourbon Company Origin.
Favorite reasonably priced pours from our house.
I believe this is a 6-year, their first offering that is fully like all their own juice.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's an excellent value.
I
It's
think
like
this
$40, $45.
yeah, and there's no secondary market
And
for it
yeah,
really. So.
it's relatively easy to find. I think it's a good, easy drink. I would strongly encourage anybody to try it who has not.
Ravin was talking about the bourbon event down there. I don't remember what we had down there, bro. We had a lot of stuff down there.
We did. I don't remember.
Bubby brought
is
that
so good.
Woodford Reserve like fatty. It was like
Big like that was a
I think it
1.75
I think it
liter.
was a half gallon. It was nice.
Big old one.
Ravin says there was a bottle of Redemption down there.
Okay.
It may have been that one. I don't
Well,
know.
I have
what-
one behind me too.
Where did this one go? Like it's like 90% gone.
This is the one that was behind me before, and I traded it out with the one I had from home. I think we were gifted this by somebody.
Oh, we were.
Mm-hmm.
Casa DP with a super chat.
Ah,
Unbelievable. We love Casa DP. Holy moly, I'm late tonight. What up, blenders? I've been imbibing a bunch of mezcal and switched to the brown water. Wow.
oh, Lord.
I hope that's not just one night you're talking about.
Man.
Anyone else enjoying Shark Week?
I am not a fan of mezcal. Just not. I've tried it. I wanted to like it.
We like it in
No,
mixed drinks.
I don't
just
like it at
not
all.
Straight up.
It's just it's a very strong odor.
Yeah,
to
it's
me.
kind of smoky or
Yeah,
something.
it doesn't
something.
hit for me.
I like it though. And
Yeah, I don't like
Austin, our favorite bartender up at the Tipping Point,
it. Yes.
can make a few delicious drinks with mezcal in it, but drinking it straight, my goodness. Casa DP, you're a...
I saw that it was going to be Shark Week on the Discovery Channel, and I was kind of like, we've been kind of having a little too much friendliness or not friendliness with sharks. I wonder how that's being received this year. I wonder if the Shark Week is as popular as it was, or the accidents that are happening with the shark. I guess you call them incidents that are happening with the shark.
Did he take a shit in the water accidentally, or what's an accident?
I mean, he accidentally bumps into a human and gnaws their foot
he's an
off.
apex predator. Like, he's doing what he's supposed to do, to me.
I get that, but they are a lot closer
I
than
know,
think
but
we've realized
if
before.
you just stay at your knee level, you can hop right the fuck out and not worry about that.
Pretty much. But they've been coming pretty darn close to shore.
I
Anyway.
saw, when we were in Jamaica, I saw a deadly manta ray. He floated right by me and J-Dub.
Oh my gosh, this
I
is
think it's
all.
probably this far from us, but
Jay's like, oh my God, son!
Oh,
He like
get the-
hauled ass out of the water.
I don't want to get stung and be like
would-
Steve Irwin.
You weren't gonna be stung. Come
Oh,
on
look
now.
at that. He's a beauty, isn't he?
You
Look
are
at that
not
guy.
gonna get
Crikey.
stung. You are not gonna get stung.
He's a bad boy, isn't he? Yeah,
This
Tool
is
Man says
tasty.
it's been Shark Week for like a month. Shark's going crazy. I got
The real Shark Week.
Cassidy Pieces, AA, JGT, any shark counters in Jamaica? No. I did see, again, I saw a manta ray up close and personal. And we have a picture later of Courtney handling a
crab.
dangerous,
Hermit crab.
potentially deadly hermit crab.
I picked him up out of the ocean. I said, "Oh look, it's a big old crab," and I picked him up. And Jay's like, "What are you doing?"
You're messing with wildlife. You could get
I
shot.
love it. No, I love.
Also,
fucking
chocolate
around with
starfish. I'm glad that you didn't handle them.
No, we did not find any starfish. Our friends found starfish, but we didn't.
We saw them. We decided not
I
to.
didn't. I didn't see.
I saw several.
Are you talking about an actual chocolate starfish, or an actual real starfish in the
I
water?
really wasn't talking about anuses, but
Well, we saw a
the
couple of
ones in the
those too with the bathing suits around there.
that is true, actually.
You saw some starfish in the water? Mm-hmm. Nuh-uh.
Yes,
Why didn't you tell me?
because I don't want you to pick them up.
Well, I'm
You're not
only.
supposed to pick them up. It kills them.
It doesn't kill them.
According to Facebook, it kills them.
Well, of course, Facebook is definitely where you go for facts.
I don't pick up the starfish. He's a good little guy. Anyway, we're drinking this Origin Series. It's a good value play for me. I don't
It's tasty.
think that this belongs on a table of your favorite bourbons, unless you're just really like feeling value.
I told you my favorite bourbons are always going to include a value item on it because I am not that interested in paying all this crazy ass money for a bottle. Except there's one that I want.
Is it NOCO?
One that I want.
NOCO Founders Reserve?
Nope.
Okay. Can you tell me now?
It's the #1 bourbon whiskey in the world.
Oh, George C. Stagg?
Yes.
You'd be willing to pay that? I'm looking forward to it.
I don't know.
I can't wait. Cassidy B says, I feel a Courtney's Corner of tropical cornucopia coming up. Not as much.
But
I had
it
to
does have
change.
something to do with it.
The original Courtney's Corner was
Yeah,
going to
Jay
be...
told me that I couldn't do my Courtney's Corner because he said nobody would give a damn about it.
No men would give a
No
damn
men
about
would
it.
give a damn about
That's
it.
right, man. It was going to be top grocery stores.
I think people have very
that
strong feelings about
sounds-
grocery stores.
Thrilling.
I think people have a strong feeling about a grocery store, Jay. I'm sorry. I just feel that way.
Guys, we get...
You have a strong feeling. You only go to Publix.
No, I'm willing to go to Winn-Dixie when I'm over that way.
Whatever.
But it's kind of question.
No.
I question myself on a minute.
No, you wouldn't go there. You don't. Yeah.
And when I go to Renfro's, I feel like I'm going back in time. Which is good sometimes. Sometimes you're in the mood for that. Raven asked about the chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water. That's an album by Limp Bizkit, by the way.
Yes.
Including...
Jay is not. We're gonna just say Jay's not a strong swimmer.
I'm fine. I'm not great. I'm not bad. I'm average.
He's not going to win any Olympic trials.
I bet you I could swim faster than you.
100% could not.
I 100% would beat you.
100% not, because when you sit there and you actually do the strokes in the water, you take a breath every single time you take a stroke. You will never beat me. We're gonna have to prove this. It might be in Hampstead Pool, but we're gonna prove this.
No, we can just go to the indoor pool at the Y and we can just go lane to lane, whoop that ass.
Okay, so here's another question.
Here we go.
Do we get to dive in, or do we have to start with our backs
Oh, are you
against the
going to do
wall?
your...
I just have a question for him. Just asking.
I don't think you should, but I don't mind. I'm buoyant.
Okay. This is gonna be.
I'm gonna put my
this
nose
is gonna be-
put nose plugs on
Oh
and
my God.
my orange.
He's gonna have
life
like
vest.
freaking goggles on and shit. Like stop.
William Canfield says amazing show. Thank you for tuning in, G.
Thank
We just
you.
try to be entertaining as we can. Cassidy B says intro habit bourbon criterion affordable, available, and proof point.
Okay.
That's all
See?
fair. These are
These are fair.
we pay more attention to these than we used to, like 2 years
Yes.
ago, right?
Because everybody wants to have a pretty collection, a nice collection, a unicorn or 2 or 3 or 4.
We have a few. Bo is great, who has not been feeling his best lately. I'll leave it at that.
Oh.
It's here with us. But I have a sneaky suspicion. I don't want to speak for him, but I think he's been feeling better the last 2 or 3 days. But he says, what up, family?
Cheers to you. I got to have...
Hell yeah. This is to
I just
Bo's
got a
great,
little tiny bit.
who probably is not allowed to drink right now, but we're going to drink this for you, G.
It's tasty. This is tasty. I don't care what you say.
I would say that it's tasty.
It's tasty.
Revenge is Jay flexing the executive producer muscle.
I don't know about that.
I just tell people
I don't know about that.
she just shows up and looks pretty, and that's her role on this show.
Oh my gosh.
Cass DB says, I feel like I could surpass the Canadian freestyle 50-meter folks. I love it. I feel like I could too. I could beat her, I promise you. Matt N says, I once saw Jay leaving the Walmart marketplace on Vaughn, which is probably true. I'm in there like twice a week.
Oh, that is true. And I guarantee in his buggy, which is a term I did not use until I moved to Alabama, in his buggy would have been Diet Sprite and caffeine-free Diet Coke.
That's correct.
That's why we go to Walmart.
You should have had my hat on. The only time I wear my hat on is when it's raining because it gets my glasses all wet and shit. So
It was an emergency. We always have to have those 2 soft drinks in our house.
I go to that Walmart marketplace for certain items. They usually have the best prices on drinks, vitamin water, or no, we're doing Body Armor now.
Okay.
I got you those flossers.
Yeah.
By the way, I want to talk about something with the flosser. When you said thank you for getting the flossers, you used the last flosser.
No, I didn't.
Nope. Let me finish. You used the last flosser, but I know because the bag was gone and I didn't throw it away. And you didn't get any more.
Well, let me explain.
So did you just think the flosser fairy was going to fucking fly into your bedroom and drop off a box or a bag?
Let me explain.
Okay.
Okay. I took all the flossers out of the bag for us to travel to Jamaica for communal use.
I don't use flossers.
So why are you worried about getting them then? Why do you give a damn?
I had a specific
Well, you could also use dental floss.
I had like some wing stuff in my
Jizz?
teethuses. Yeah. Cassidy, let's see. Revenge says, we will settle this at Chip Chips next spring.
Nah, I ain't jumping in there.
We had a great time with Revenge and Ms. Revenge. Well, Ms. Revenge, that doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
His wife. Let's just say his wife. And we really like them together. We think they're a lot of fun. Vinza. He had some funny stories. His story about playing for the Indians was pretty funny, actually. I still remember that one. Matt N says, I was too starstruck to say, hey, and you're moving with the pace of a champion speedwalker.
So he was pissed off at somebody pissed him off in that Walmart. That's what happened.
No, I like that place. Cassidy B says, Flosser Fairy or Flossin Fairy?
Oh, that's good. Yes, Flossin.
I used to be able to do the floss. I'm too old now. Tim says that Walmart isn't that bad. Atlanta Highway one, whatever.
I 100% agree because on my show that I wanted to do on my Courtney's Corner.
Oh, yes.
See, they have opinions on Walmart. And
yeah,
everything.
the opinion is not how good the grocery store is. It's how likely it is you're going to get shot is really what's going on here.
Oh, well, you just don't go to a real Walmart then. Usually the neighborhood Walmarts are pretty good then.
Yeah, I haven't been into a real Walmart in a little while.
I don't go there.
I don't go there anymore. Used to.
No.
But seriously, those of you who know Montgomery, it's starting to creep up Atlanta Highway
everywhere.
now. There was a shooting there, a couple shootings at the Red Lobster or near the Red Lobster. So Eastdale? Yeah, Eastdale's getting
Shit,
bad.
Jay, they were just killed out here on Taylor Road, or shot at on Taylor Road at the Mexican place.
Oh, that's right.
Oh my gosh, the
BS.
Mexican restaurant. It's his, ugh.
I know.
Anyway.
Violence, you know what I'm saying?
And then the kids shooting each other up in front of Nancy's Italian Ice. Anyway,
You sound
sorry.
like an old. You sound
I
like an
do
old
sound
person.
like
You
an
do
old
sound
one. It
old.
is. Anyway, that's not fun. Let's talk about bourbon. So next up on the plate is this. This is a steady Eddie.
Steady Eddie.
This is steady Eddie for Courtney Tate. Because when you go out to a restaurant and they have a decent bourbon selection, this is almost always going to be on the shelf.
Which means La Jolla.
Well, La Jolla, yeah.
That's what we usually eat at La Jolla. Drink at La
It's
Jolla.
also now at the tipping point.
Yes.
So I enjoy this because I think it's an easy drink and it's readily available and it has a good price point. So I'm going to have this because I know I'm going to have some more tomorrow night. What do you like about this, Jay? Because you usually end
Do you
up
know
drinking
something I
it as
don't
well.
about tomorrow night?
I know I'll end up at the tipping point. I always do on a Friday night. Depends whatever bourbon bottle is close to empty up there. And John
Okay, so
wants us to have it.
Four Roses, of course, from Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, just outside of Lexington, on the Bluegrass Parkway, about 25 miles southwest of Lexington. Usually a little sweeter. Usually a sweeter bourbon, and the proof on this is probably in the 98 range.
I'm not sure what it is.
98 to 102. It is 100.
Oh.
Right. See, I said 98 to 102, and it's 100.
That's funny, but it's not bottle and bond.
Well, it don't have to be bottled.
I know, I'm just saying it's not.
War Name Steve is in the hizzle. He says, I tuned into that bottle. Drank 3/4 of that bottle one night at the beach and have been reluctant ever since.
You might have been reluctant because the next day it did not feel as great.
Is he talking about
for
Origin?
you. I think he's talking about
Four Roses. Okay. It's a dandy. But I understand how certain bourbons, I couldn't drink Maker's Mark for a long time because we abused it so badly in college. I just got, I got Maker's Marked out. We drank so much of it. But I'm back to it now. It's fine.
This has it has a very sweet finish to me. Almost sweeter than finished bourbons a lot of times. So I think this is a good
This feels
steady
like
Eddie.
It feels like it's going down Funk Road, and then at the end it kind of turns back to reality. I get this taste, like kind of a floral end, and then it turns up to be sweet. So it kind of saves itself. Kind of like when never mind. I'll just leave it at that one.
Anyway.
Cassidy P agrees that Four Roses single is certainly a steady Eddie, consistent, very drinkable, and hits a couple spots on the palate.
Thank you.
Not simple, despite 100 proof. I would agree.
I agree.
This is a nice, good bourbon.
It is a good,
It's a
easygoing one.
I wish they should make cheaper version of Four Roses. It's like 30-ish.
Well, they
do.
that.
They do. They make the
It's just not as good.
they make the yellow label. You're right,
Just not as
Courtney.
good.
I don't think it's as good. I wish they made this at a lower proof or something. I
Yeah,
don't know.
this is good.
Ravin says, wife got me a Four Roses single barrel strength. Can't wait to open. I wonder
what I got for my birthday?
You got a annual release. You got the 2023 annual release.
I forgot what I got.
I don't understand why Ravin is waiting, but he's probably in the middle of a long work week, and so maybe he's just going to wait until the weekend. War Name Steve says, yes, the next morning I had an 8 a.m. tea time. I'm pretty sure I fell asleep in the shower at 6:30.
Understood. Understood. It's so tasty.
Reminds me of the time that I had my wisdom teeth taken out and then I had a complication afterward and I ate spaghetti for like 3 straight weeks because that's all I could eat. And then I didn't eat spaghetti for like 5 more years.
We used to also eat, when we were poor, this thing called skillet Mexican. It was made by Old El Paso. It came in like a box just like your taco kit. And it was basically, it was rice and you had to put ground beef in it.
Yeah, it was like hamburger helper like that.
Yeah, and then it had a little bit of
some
fake cheese and
like some fake red sauce.
It was.
I liked it.
We liked it at the time, but there's no way in hell you get me to eat that now.
I mentioned it I was in a Reddit thread maybe 6 months ago where they were asking about stuff you used to eat that's not even available anymore, and I mentioned it, and somebody else was like, "Holy shit, I ate that too. I was so poor." I go, "Yeah, me too." Like we were struggling to make ends meet at the apartment, you know. It was like the rent was like $450, and we were like,
"Oh my God, we're broke."
So that was tight.
That was
I kind of look back on those
back in the
days.
day.
I hated my life at that time. I liked you, but I hated it. I was just I didn't love life at that point in my life, and I look back on it now like fondly somehow. I don't know.
Well, you build a lot of character during that time. You learn what you can deal with and you can't with somebody, and we were living on our own and paying all our own bills and being grown-ups. And when you first get kicked out, like from college into that, it's a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah, it's a hard pill to swallow.
It's difficult.
And you certainly are a swallower. Anyway, this Four Roses for me is probably 3.5 briquettes out of 4.
I'll go 4.
4 briquettes, she says.
I like
4
4.
freaking briquettes. We're going to give that a triangle sound because that is that's very high praise indeed.
It is high praise.
You wouldn't even give me 4 charcoal briquettes.
Yes,
You gave
I
me
would.
3 3/4. 3 3/4.
That's just not true. I give you 5. 5.5, Jay.
Bullshit. What?
You exceed every charcoal briquette I've ever had. You're not sure it'd take that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's good or bad. Whatever. Anyway, it's good stuff.
Oh. This is good. Tasty. Every time.
I hope everybody on this show who's tuned in, all 8,000 of you, have had that bourbon because that's something, that's just
You need to
an
get this
absolute
one.
gotta have.
This is something you should have on your shelf all times.
All right, ready for the next one, Courtney?
Yes, I am.
This is the Thomas S. Moore,
Wait, let me see if I can get
a product of the Barton Distillery from Bardstown, Kentucky. My granddad worked in the warehouse for a number of years in the late 50s and early 60s.
It's another finished bourbon.
Yes. This does not have a tour, by the way. They used to have tours, and they shut it down like 2 or 3 years ago after COVID, and they just said they're not going to do it anymore. So
I did not know that, Jay.
there you go.
Thank you for telling me
That's
that.
an interesting side
That's a
piece on that
tidbit.
one.
I did not know.
Cassidy B says, Jay and Courtney, spitballing here, but thoughts on a bourbon blend / distillery event prior to the UK game? I think that sounds like a great idea for you. Because I can't go. I got to do the video. I got to do the show, the brain drain.
Well, you used to have a spot in Lexington to be able to do one, but you don't anymore. They moved. You did a brain drain from Stuart and
Stewart's.
Cheyenne's
Yeah.
townhouse.
We did a basketball one.
Yes.
Look who's here.
Ah.
Blake, the man.
I would love to do that. I think that would be so much fun before
Guess
that
who's back?
game.
Back again.
I don't know,
Blake is
Jay.
back. Tell a friend. Now look what the stork brung. What? I know he's listening to that new Houdini song. Well, it was new in May. Eminem. I still listen to it every day on the art trainer.
Maybe we need to consider that, Jay.
About what?
Something in Kentucky.
Ravin says, has there ever been a 4 on the charcoal briquette scale? I don't remember it, Ravin.
I mean, Jay's a 5, but I mean, if you're talking about bourbon now.
And then Ravin says, Jam J must be a
Log.
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 It's big. It's
A
long.
log.
It's log.
This is tasty.
It goes
This is a
downstairs.
Courtney Tate. This is a
It's
Courtney
log,
Tate
log.
bourbon right here.
You guys
Jay's
are-
not going to like
We
it.
got any Ren and
I'm gonna
Stimpy
like it.
people? Log was by Blammo.
Has a very nice mouthfeel. It's very kind to your mouth.
This was very neutral. I haven't had one of these in a minute. This is definitely something that Courtney likes more than I do.
It's tasty.
It's not bad. It's just like really soft.
It is soft and sweet. It's soft and sweet. That's what it is. Soft and sweet. Just like me. There's nothing soft about me. Except my belly. But other than that, there's nothing soft about my personality.
Yeah, you're a little hard. Ravin wants to know
hard.
where is Cuz.
Not sure.
We're not sure where Cuz is.
Do you like
He
this a
could
lot,
be
Jay?
coming in from across the street, or maybe he's not. I
Could
don't
be.
know.
Don't know.
I think we got that one from the Troy Drawdown.
I think it's very possible.
We get a couple of those.
What's the proof on that?
96.5.
Oh, really? I'm sorry. I thought I read something more than that.
What
Yeah, I
did you
don't have
think it
my
said?
I don't have my old lady glasses.
Where'd they go?
They're over here.
Oh, okay.
I don't like to put them on. I don't like a spectacle with my spectacles.
Cassidy B says, since the scale is akin to Ed McMahon,
Ed McMahon.
no better than 3 3/4. Yes! Actually, that yes sounded a lot like Marv Albert. I don't know why. And Cassidy B says he is a Ren and Stimpy fan, hand raised. He says, you won't touch it, will you?
Which is your favorite of these, Jay?
I don't know, Ren. 4 I would give that 3.5 charcoal briquettes. I don't do the quarters like you. This one right here is a 2.5.
Oh, you're such
It's just
a
neutral to me.
baby.
Like, it's not bad. It's just average.
It's good. I did not pick anything with a high proof point, though.
Maybe something bad.
Did not.
Maybe something good. We'll never know. You won't touch it, will you?
Boy, it sure is good. I've enjoyed having all this bourbon. Which one would you like another taste of?
No,
while we
I
move
don't think
on?
we're ready for that.
I am. I'm going to finish this.
Tim says, haven't heard anyone mention Ren and Stimpy in 15 years, Cassidy P.
No, that just shows
That
you.
is a statement about how old we are.
No, it's a
It was
statement.
a very popular cartoon, as Tim knows, but a cartoon in the 90s. But then SpongeBob would, like, kind of came in that same space in a way, and it got a lot bigger. So I don't know. That's what she said, by the way. Goose Flat, my man.
Hey.
JG, I found a small batch bourbon from Angelo's Steak Pit. I really want the word pit on a wedding invitation, George. In Panama City that you must try. It's 100 proof, very smooth, and very reasonably priced.
I wonder what it is.
A small batch bourbon from Angelo's Steak Pit in Panama City. So maybe it's
it's probably a pick of theirs, but I wonder who's the producer.
Angelo?
No, it's not Angelo.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I bet it's.
Well, Goose Flat, we have never been to Panama. I like recommended bourbons very,
First
very
of all, I
much.
like the name of a place called Steak Pit.
I know, it gets right to the point.
When I say Steak Pit, what are you going to say?
I just said it.
Yes. Okay.
I don't know if you want the word pit on a wedding invitation, George, right?
That's right. Exactly.
I liked it because it's straight to the point. Mm-hmm. Like if you had a strip club that was called Nipples and Dicks. It just gets right to the point.
There you go.
You don't leave anything to the imagination,
That's true.
and I like that, especially in a strip club. Cassie TP says, Thomas S. More is not good, you idiot. Ravin says, you won't get a bum steer here. I bet that's a reference to something that we mentioned earlier.
Probably. Well, if you're talking about steer, it's probably a steak pit.
Oh,
right?
okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I love the idea of the steak
this.
pit. The steak pit. We should have a steak pit. We need a steak pit.
You want to open a steak pit?
Yeah, there's a place in Columbus, Mississippi that we eat at that should be called Steak Pit. I don't know if it's called that, though. Should have been.
Should have been.
It was really good, but yeah.
What about the world's best bourbon?
Oh, we have graphics. Hey, did you have a chance to get? You didn't, or you did?
Just barely.
It's time for them to drop the donut on this. The international whiskey competition was held recently, both in Kentucky and Scotland.
Yes.
Scotland.
To determine the world's best whiskey.
This was tasted by experts, which did not include me and Courtney.
I know. Can you believe that? They didn't come out to the bourbon blend.
Nor noted edible expert, our dog. And double blind situation, and judging from the results here, they were kind of drinking a lot of different shit. I thought this was going to be a bunch of foo-foo stuff. It was not at all.
There were 96 96 whiskey, excuse me.
All right, so the top American whiskey and the top bourbon whiskey was the same 1, 2, 3. It was George T. Stagg was the big winner of this competition, obviously. Also the NOCO
Founders Reserve.
Founders Reserve.
I'd never even heard of this, didn't know what it was, and found out that NOCO is Northern Colorado distillery, and don't even know what that looks like, have never heard of it, am very intrigued now, would like to find it.
Yeah, and I looked for a picture, because later on it's going to be number 1 in a particular category. I couldn't find a picture of it. So it's one of those, like it's so small, but they thought it was really good. So George T. Stagg, which is an incredibly high proof bourbon, they're normally 140.
I didn't know it was that high, so when I get that, I'm going to have to drink responsibly.
That is true cask strength bourbon. Yeah. There is what that is. NOCO Founders Reserve, and then Weller Antique 107.
I was kind of surprised by that one.
Which I'm not in love with, but whatever. Goose Flat says it's called Big Gus's Black Rye Bourbon.
Okay.
JG, when you get it, when you try it, you should do the Gus voice. Yeah, I like it. It's called Big Gus Black Rye Bourbon. Me and Christy like drinking that. Timber Creek Distillery in Crestview, Florida.
Oh, we know somebody that lives near.
I know somebody in this chat.
I've heard of somebody that lives near Crestview, Florida.
I know somebody in this chat who's very familiar with Crestview, Florida, and I would be curious to know if that person, man or woman, and they don't have to avail themselves, has had anything from Timber Creek Distillery. So if you want to out yourself, you're welcome to. If not, don't.
Don't. So,
Cassie TP said Mr. Minnick had quite the day, I'm sure. He is, of course, America's foremost expert on whiskey. So, top American whiskey was this group, 1, 2, 3. Top bourbon whiskey was this group, 1, 2, 3 as well. So, I've had a Weller Antique 107. We've had a couple bottles, and I thought it was solid. But
I mean, it's good, but I would not have put this up there. I didn't think that this was going to be, would not have put a Weller product up there, but
not one of the bottom half ones, no. And I've never had Stag. She's never had Stag. We have had Stag Junior, Ole Miss Drunk in 2018. I was pounding Stag Junior at 137 proof. Whew, I got absolutely tore to pieces on that one. So
Yeah.
it happens. You're going to be really surprised, those of you who have not, those of you who are bourbon people. I know Cassidy P and some of the other folks that drink a lot of bourbon are going to be surprised by some of these winners coming up, because I was floored myself.
Yes.
By the way, a couple things before we get moving. Cassidy P says, Me gusta a Stag, and seriously, Weller 107 is my
favorite
every day. I know JGT may disagree. I am not.
That's interesting.
I guess if somebody gave me a case of Weller Antique 107, which would never happen, but if it did, maybe I would enjoy drinking it more instead of just every now and then. I don't know. We'll see.
Either.
Next up was the top bottled and bond bourbon. And the winner was 1792 Bottled and Bond, the yellow neck, yellow sticker.
Yeah.
1792, which my man Chris Hagen offered to me the other day, and I didn't take it. He had a pick. And I was like, nah, man, I'm good. And I ended up drinking Heaven Hill 7 instead, which I like as well.
Well, when we
top
go to
bottled
visit,
bond,
we'll have to.
1792 Buzzard Roost.
Never heard of this one either.
I've heard of Buzzard. I've heard of it. I've not.
I've never heard
seen
of
it in
this.
Kentucky. I haven't seen it anywhere else. And then Evan
What's
Williams.
my winner on this list? What is my winner on this
Courtney
list?
loves Evan Williams Bottled and Bond.
First of all, Evan Williams, it's like $25, $28, $30 a bottle.
Stu Pup in the house.
And you get the number 3 bottled and bond bourbon in the world. Like, hell yes. If you want to give me a case of that, that's what I'd drink.
To me, top bottled and bond bourbon is kind of a misnomer.
Why?
It's like saying hottest FIMU.
I don't know what that means.
You do know what that means. It would be Amber Smith and then somebody else, and nobody gives a shit.
I don't understand why you say that.
You know exactly.
The reason I like that. No, I'm saying I don't understand why you're all butthurt about bottle and bond.
Because it's not there's not a lot.
You're just mad because it's only 100 proof. That's what makes you mad.
I think it's a fraudulent concept now.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. At the time that they did bottled and bond, is a very important part of it. But nowadays, like this shit, nobody's putting turpentine and shit anymore.
I understand that.
So there's no need for bottled and bond. It's just some
one
kitschy.
season, one distiller, one distillery.
Who gives a shit?
Aged in a warehouse, which we all know that. But it's got to be 4 years. There's a lot of shit that's not 4 years. It has to be 100 proof.
Yeah, you're right, Courtney.
So why?
By the way,
does that make you mad?
we've got a graphic here for what bottled and bond is. Produced in America, one distillation season by one distiller at one distillery. Bonded warehouse, 4+ years, bottled at 100 proof. Label shows distillery and bottling locale. So that's what makes a bottled and bond bourbon. But to me, it's just a stick now. It's a marketing ploy.
I mean, good for them.
I think Evan Williams Bottled and Bond is a terrific value, though. And
it is an amazing value.
We have that in our decanter. So
yes, that's what I have. And I have a decanter. I have one decanter at home that I actually pour bourbon in. And it's always a cheap bourbon. No, right now.
Inexpensive.
No, I take that back. I finished the Evan Williams, and what's in there now is a bottled and bond product, which is Old Bardstown.
Old Bardstown
Bottled and Bond, which you can only get in Kentucky.
$19 or $20 a bottle.
Yes, and
it's
it
delicious.
is delicious.
It really
and
is.
the reason it's in my decanter is that's what I use when I want a bourbon cocktail.
Okay, good stuff.
Why does that make you mad?
I'm not mad at all. I'm just saying, like, 1792 Bottled and Bond is not something I'm going to be chasing, but whatever. That's fine.
No, but
it's hard to find, at least in the state of Alabama. Anyway, here's some more that are going to absolutely blow your mind. Top small batch bourbon, 1792 again. This is just the regular maroon top 1792 that's going to be in every liquor store that you ever go into. Elijah Craig, which I think is a very quality product. We haven't done Elijah Craig much. And then Larceny, which I had a bad experience with their barrel proof, but I know it's very popular, the small batches. So again, these are ones you could find in every ABC store, wherever you're at, you can find these. And these are quality bourbons that, IWC, they love it. Cassidy P says, agree to disagree. JG, I feel bonded bourbons allow flyover bourbon brands to showcase their ability.
okay. See, don't be butthurt over it.
I'm not hating on Cassidy P. I was just saying I think Just like you said earlier, like the Four Roses that you had, you go, oh, it's not bottled in bond. Who gives a shit? You don't know the difference?
No,
Of course you don't. It's just 100 proof bourbon.
I'm just saying it's not bottled in bond, and I knew we were talking about that.
What is our favorite bottled in bond bourbon? Me and you.
Mine is what I have in my decanter.
Evan Williams.
No.
Old Bardstown.
Old Bardstown bottle and bond. It's like $18 or $19.
Norman C says, "Miss you guys." Norman, we're right here, G.
Aw,
But we
nice
should have
to
missed
see
you. We should have missed you the last couple of weeks, G.
Yes.
I'm gonna give you a DJ air horn. I'm gonna turn it down so it doesn't blow everybody's speakers out. But DJ air horn for Norman Conklin. What a freaking stud that guy is. Thank you, Norman.
Yes.
I'm glad to have you here, G. So we're going through the top bourbons. I'm sorry, the top winners, the big winners from the IWC.
Yes.
Which is
International
like
whiskey
last
competition.
month, I believe. Yes. So there you go. You can find internationally respected bourbons in your liquor store too. You don't have to chase them. Top single barrel bourbon. Guess what? And no co-founders reserve was the winner here. I could not find a picture of it.
I don't know what
I
that's
couldn't find the
That's
picture.
okay.
And guess what, War Damn Steve? Here you go.
There you go.
Top single barrel, no co-founders reserve, $17.92 single barrel, which I had to put in the picture because I couldn't find NoCo, and Benchmark, which I know Steve is going to be fired up about. He has trumpeted Benchmark's value for a long time, and now he gets some.
I need to get my hands on some of this Founders Reserve because it's shown up on way too many of these lists. So I need to find this.
Orange Taffy Like Anal Goo is here. He says, "Sorry I'm late, y'all. We made it to Lake Martin."
Nice. We'll be there in a couple weeks.
Yes, we will.
Yes.
Courtney had an opportunity to buy a place on Lake Jordan, and guess
Buy
what she
a
said?
place?
She goes,
Oh,
"No, I'm good."
Lake Jordan is nice. It's
Lake
not
Martin is where you'd
Lake
rather be.
Martin. Man, that sounds really, really first world problem.
Anyway, Cassidy Pizza's Ridgemont, no way, not in the last 15 years. Elijah Craig is quite solid. Larceny is just that, larceny, as in stealing. They, Heaven Hill, robbed us of the old Fitz 12 to make that shit. That is actually true.
Yeah.
Heaven Hill's a nice place to go visit now. It was average before, but it's nice now.
It's
They have a
really
new
nice.
visitor center there, just a little bit north of Willett. And I think it's 1792. And then it's Heaven Hill, I think, on that one little
Kind of
road
close,
there.
very close by.
Yeah, good times.
You know what I think
Steve,
is
look at him, look at him. Oh, hell yes, he says. He's not surprised at all.
That's
Warnham
right.
Steve, oh, whoa. He's been pushing this for a while now, and he's right on the money. Super, super legitimate.
You
so
know
those
what I
are the
find
big
is
winners
so
there.
interesting about all this?
Lay it on me.
You know Buffalo Trace has to be butthurt. Like,
Why would they be butthurt about it?
because there's like nothing of theirs except for, well, Stag's their product and Weller is their product. But other than that, you know, everybody thinks Buffalo Trace and all the fancy pappiness would be up there at the top, right? But not so much when you're doing a blind. And it's a double blind. I'm not exactly sure what a double blind is.
This is our, by the way, this is our Woodford Reserve that we got from our friends at Soho Social, which are in Birmingham, owned by two guys who are Auburn dudes and bunker guys too. So we love them, and thank you for hooking us up with that. If you guys are ever up in the Hoover area, well, they have a lot of restaurants now, actually, but Taco Social and Soho Social, wait. Yeah, right? Or is it Soho
can't remember.
Taco?
I can't remember.
I can't remember.
I will tell you that is some of the most delicious fried okra I've ever put my mouth around that I had at that restaurant.
Oh my God, it was the
Yeah, it was the actual
the
true
long
okra.
pieces,
It
yes.
was the true whole piece of okra, and it was
Those guys know
fried.
what-
Oh my gosh, it was so
They know what time it is. Blake R says, I have a real dislike of larceny. I am not a fan.
I'm not a fan either.
We haven't had a bottle of larceny in our house.
Long time.
It was probably before COVID, and I
Yeah.
poured that motherfucker out because I hated it.
Drain pour.
We had it was a pick though, and it was barrel proof, and I don't know. It could have been like that vitamin shit we got from
Oh
Barrel.
yeah,
or
down
whatever.
there.
It was bad. I think it's time, Courtney, for us to go to photos.
Photos. So we have been
It's
away.
photo time.
And most of our photos are from our trip to Jamaica. We went with 4 other couples, and we went to we're just seeing some guy's nip there in the background. I see nip. We went to Excellence Oyster Bay, about 40 minutes from Montego Bay
Montego
Airport.
Bay Airport, yes.
On the north side of the island. And it was a great time, really fun, had a good time, all inclusive. So we drank a lot, we ate a lot, we partied a lot, we slept in late.
You gotta talk just a little bit louder, you're getting quiet.
I'm getting quiet?
Yeah, there's a picture of the trash can. We thought this was funny because it's a little too much thinking going on here. Organic, inorganic, plastic, and of course metal.
Yeah, that's too many choices when you've been drinking.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I don't. That's just too much. Too much going on there. So anyway, we got more coming in from Jamaica. Here's the pool bar.
Oh, yes.
Which was a good pool bar. I didn't think it was amazing. But it
It's
was
not
good.
a wraparound, so it's just those two little windows right there below that. And above that is one of the restaurants. And up top is another bar. And over to the left on the top is like an infinity pool up there.
Yeah, it's pretty rad.
And then down here underneath that is another bar. So
Yeah, a lot of drinking
basically
going on.
3 bars there.
Well, 4.
But you had to get out of the pool to go to 2 of them, so that wasn't going to happen for us.
Yeah. But good times. We had fun there at that pool bar. We definitely dominated a few days. This is kind of an odd picture. This metal half sphere that goes over your food, which I'm looking into right now. It's called a cloche.
Cloche.
It's called a cloche. And me and pipe player Nick, who was there with us too, not pictured, we kept pranking each other on the phone about how we got in trouble for stealing a cloche.
Cloche.
I attempted to
Cloche.
steal a cloche.
Cloche.
I didn't get in trouble for it. I didn't actually take it. But we kept pranking each other over, and it's really fucking funny. It's also a cool word, cloche.
Cloche.
Hey, can you give me a cloche?
That doesn't sound right. It sounds like something else.
He would call and leave messages in our room, and he would go, "Hello, this is the front desk. I am calling you regarding your attempted theft of a cloche." It was pretty funny anyway.
And at the resort, in the bathroom, for some reason, next to the toilet, they have a phone, like a true phone on the wall. And he said, "That's where I was calling you from."
Well, great. Thanks for the information there, Pipe. This is us on the private transfer to the resort from the airport.
Yeah, guess who got in the front seat with the driver? That would be this guy.
With Bob.
His name was Bob. Imagine
And,
that.
we
In Jamaica, his name was Bob.
We drank bourbon
Yep,
all the way there.
we did.
Matt says, JG went to the metal slot and did the whole air guitar with his tongue out. Yeah, I definitely would have. Me and Steel Panther would have done that for sure.
Yes.
And I did wear my, what do you call these things?
Mardi Gras beads.
Mardi Gras beads the whole way there. Those were Harleys. I don't know why I was doing that. You just kind of gave them to me in the dark, and I was like, fuck it, I'll wear them.
Oh,
There's
there
the
we are.
cart.
That's how we got from the lobby to our rooms.
Yeah, this resort was on a peninsula, so think of like a big dick. And so like most of the resort's in the middle, but the 2 high-end parts are on the edges, on the ends. And to get from one end of the peninsula to the other is
It's a hike.
It'd probably take you 20 or 30
It's a
minutes
hike.
to hoof it. So they have these golf carts. This is just a very fancy golf cart, and they zip you from one side to the other.
That's pretty cool.
This is our friend Bridget and our friend Johnny, and I think I see the Peasonins in the back there.
Yeah.
I don't know who's behind Bridge. Not pictured, Cuz and Becky. So there we
Yeah.
go.
So let's see.
Also, this is the view from our room.
Yeah.
This is the Ool, and of course that's the Ocean.
Look how nice and calm and pretty.
Casa DP, so close, but so far away.
I like it.
Cause it's so close, so far away.
Oh Lord, we're singing already.
That's what it's coming up on Courtney's Corner. So yeah, we had a nice view there, Courtney, and I know you saw a few guys you thought were attractive too.
Well, yeah, I mean.
There's DJ Big Dick right there, aka JG.
So we
Bringing
were
the
waiting.
thunder.
We were trying to make it until DJ time, which was like 11:45. And after you've been drinking since 10 a.m., it's pretty hard to make 11:45 p.m. if you haven't taken a nap. So Jay decided he was going to be the DJ, and as you can tell,
And I sent
enjoyed
this one.
himself.
I sent this one to Why Not AU, aka Patrick D,
Yeah.
who's an actual DJ as a side job. He's actually
Right.
an engineer in real life, but he's an actual talented, good DJ in real life. And I sent him this, and he got a kick out of it.
I'm sure he
thought that was
did.
funny.
It is funny.
All right, this is a cool picture here. This is a night. I think it's our last full night
It's
there.
last night.
Johnny wanted to go and hang out and watch the sun go down on the water. So
Which was perfect.
So we went out and watched the sun go down in the water.
Oh, look at these drunk ifs. Every one of them's drunk.
Oh, we're drunk as shit.
I
Yeah,
know.
for sure.
This is like picture number 10 because in the other ones, it looked like Jay was leaning over and providing services for one of them.
I wasn't. By the way, so we walked over to this beach with this guy who was younger than us, like real fit, like just seemed like kind of a Chad. And when we were out there hugging in the, I didn't put the picture in here. We were hugging and shit. I don't think, but Courtney has a couple pictures where we were like facing the sun and hugging, and he goes, "Hey man, are you guys gay?" And I go, "No." And he goes, "Sure looks like it. Are you gonna kiss?" That was really funny, dude. We got Maddie in the hizzle. She says, "Mad Dog tuning in."
Maddie.
Mad Dog.
Yeah.
Maddie knows these guys. She's hung out with these guys. Actually, that's her godfather on the far left.
Yep.
We're missing Cuz. We need to Photoshop Cuz in, I
Yeah,
think.
we can. We can do that next time.
Just put a really bad one like those
Like the one
those breadsticks.
breadsticks.
We'll put his like LinkedIn picture like right here or whatever. But yeah, good times, man. That was definitely a memory I'm gonna remember forever.
Yep.
Like watching that sun go down. It was just really cool.
Nice.
Here's Courtney
Hey, I found a hermit crab in the
saving
ocean.
the beach from a deadly hermit crab.
Yes. I know he was right there close to the edge, and so I just stuck my hand in the water. I'm like, look, it's a hermit crab. And then some woman came running over, like, let me see. I was like, oh, okay.
It's a hermit crab.
hermit
You see
crab.
these in fucking, have you ever been to fucking
know, it's
Panama
like-
City?
Yeah, you can get
Destin?
those in the gift shops.
They're
there.
free.
And the, what do you
If you
call
buy a
them?
magnet.
Yeah, the souvenir store. That's what it's called there.
Courtney is like super enthusiastic about getting her hands on any animal. Like you just love
Yeah, I do.
anything like animal-y. And a lot of girls, you know, are like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
I
And
know.
you're
I'm like,
never
oh,
that.
let me get the lizard. Oh, let me get the. I do draw the line. I'm not a snake person. I don't care about snakes. I'll touch like the corn snake because I know it's not going to hurt me, but I'm just not a big.
How about the
fan of
Alabama trouser snake?
it. No. Mm-mm.
We also, Courtney sent this picture along. I'd just like for you to annotate that because I don't really know what the hell
Okay,
you're
so
doing.
this is one of our meals. This was at the grill. It's a filet. It doesn't look like an American filet, but it was good. But I loved the basket of fries, and my favorite thing here was that chimichurri. Oh my gosh, it was so good. I am a huge chimichurri fan now. I only learned about it maybe a little over a year ago, and I just love dousing that shit all over my meat. It is so tasty. If you have not, and you have the opportunity, just cover your meat up with chimichurri.
What does Ferris Bueller say? If you have the means, I highly recommend it.
That's right. So, and the little basket of fries. I just think that's cute. It's a cute basket of
Yeah,
fries.
it's like a basket with a little handle. Like
Yeah.
it looks like something they would have actually put in there, but I
Yeah,
don't think they
it's
actually
like
did.
a fake fryer basket.
That's cool, man.
It's
I
cool.
like that. I never see that in
It's
America.
good. No, mm-mm.
I feel like it would play.
I like the meat.
Courtney sent this
Oh,
picture.
this is sad news. This is when we're flying back.
Courtney just sent the picture of this like route we were taking to go back.
Yeah, no, I was just it was sad face because, you know, you have to leave the vacation and go back home, and so there we are flying over the Cubas.
We had a bad experience leaving Jamaica just because the airport was so overrun with people trying to get away from the hurricane.
Yes.
It was probably 3 times too many people in that airport, and so TSA, if you want to call it that in Jamaica, was probably 45 minutes to an hour.
It was like an hour.
with no
It
air
was
conditioning. I
awful.
mean, I know this is first world well, actually it's second world problems, I guess, but
It was awful.
I thought I was going to fall out, you guys. They needed medics out there for that shit. It was
I
just too
don't know how
goddamn hot.
elderly could handle it, but
Anyway.
it was good.
This is not from Jamaica, but we found these at Mr. Chen's the other day. Dried fox nuts.
I was like, look, and there's like a little fox on the right. It looks like.
Are these actually their balls?
I'm
Courtney?
like, I don't know. I hope not. 'cause
This looks like a vag right here in the
This
middle.
looks a little flat. I mean, I'm not
Well,
sure.
you can, if you smush them, they're flat.
But I'm like, dried fox nuts. I don't think I want to put those in my mouth.
This is.
There you go.
I think that was just okay. So here I'll tell the story.
This is Jay.
This picture here was not staged. This is actually me on the side of the pool in Punta Cana in May, kind of thinking about my choices for the day and what am I going to do now. And then I kind of recreated it here in Jamaica. I think I was okay at this point.
Yeah,
honestly.
you were okay. This was in the little Excellence Club pool here.
And then we got
nice.
that one.
Stop.
And then we got that one too right here. So.
Oh, well, that one's appropriate. The other
Courtesy
one's not.
of Sir Newman, who is not, well, he was with us earlier, dropped the super chat and bounced. He's up in Alaska tonight. So. Chris M, a.k.a. number 19, says, I think wet fox nuts would be worse.
Probably.
I think
I'm not interested in trying either.
He deserves a laugh for that one. That's pretty good.
Breadsticks.
And breadsticks. Yeah, how far do we get in? We got
about an hour.
Yeah, 65 minutes in.
Yeah, see, it took a while.
Cassidy B says F the police. I don't know if he's listening to NWA tonight or what is going on there. And Maddie just says Faux Bowls. What? Blake said Jamaican rum is the strongest in the Caribbean. I'm saying that correctly. Caribbean. And I have been to enough Caribbean islands to judge. Jamaican rum. Okay.
So I will tell you, one of my favorite drinks there was a Miami Vice, which is pina colada, half strawberry daiquiri, and then of course there's rum in it. But then you ask for rum floater on top. And they just fill it about that much of rum all around the top of it, and then you mix it in. Yeah, you can only have so many of those because they're super sweet. But I also switched that out with I was not doing the best alcoholic version of myself because I was doing Red Stripe beer and Miami Vices.
Red Stripe's good.
Red Stripe is very good.
We don't get it very much.
I'd forgotten how good it was. And when we had it in the car in the transport to the resort, I was like, this is really good. I probably said it like 4 times. I've forgotten how good Red Stripe is. And that was what was at the resort.
Ravin wants to know what the nutritional value of on the fox nuts. We can't actually find that up. I happen to know a little Chinese, and it says ball bag, 1%, chisholm spit, schmegma is about 8%.
Sperm count.
Sperm count low.
Very low when they're dried.
I hope that helps, Ravin. I am hopeful that it will help you.
Look at that guy. Look at that guy.
Chris says they just show you a coconut and give you a bottle of rum.
There you go.
That kind of happened to me, actually. The chick just brought me a fucking coconut.
Yeah, she did. And I was like, oh, God, this ain't going to end
She goes, why don't you drink that? I go, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm counting that motherfucker.
Yes.
By the way, first time ever happened in my life, I burned my lips in Jamaica. I guess it was from that pool, the Excellence pool.
No. It was from me in the ocean.
It's from me in the ocean, but my lips got burned, and they got puffy, and it fucking hurt, man, for like 4 or 5 days.
I don't care what anybody says. You're going to get burnt in the ocean faster than you get burnt in a pool.
Yeah, thanks, Tommy. Tommy Peasley told me if I was below the water, I'd be fine. And then I got the fuck burned out of me. Cassie B says, I do appreciate how the blend has a strong breadstick worthiness. Our breadstick Q score is very high. I think the Olive Garden is missing an opportunity to partner with us.
We did learn this week that you can, thanks to one of our amazing bourbon blend partners, you can learn that you can use a Olive Garden breadstick as a hot dog bun.
Who in the world came up with that idea?
I don't know, but I'm just saying it was a bourbon blend partner.
It's probably somebody in this chat. Blake says Red Stripe, I ate, but they had a locally brewed stout called Dragon Stout. I did not know that.
Well, we were at the all-inclusive. We ain't getting anything fancy.
Yeah, we're not getting anything fancy.
We actually had Heineken and Red Stripe. I was like, Heineken and Red Stripe.
What Steve says that they have Red Stripe Light
Yes,
there.
I had that as well.
Where?
Red Stripe Light.
On the tap?
Yeah, on the tap. Mm-hmm.
I did not know that.
Yep, they had the pool bar.
I remember doing that when we were in Jamaica in 2013. They had Red Stripe Light everywhere, but I didn't see it this time. I just wasn't. I don't drink a lot of beer, so I wasn't paying attention.
It was tasty. We weren't really doing the bourbon thing.
Cass DB says, restore hooray for beer, but what he meant to say was Red Stripe, hooray for beer.
Yes.
If that's not a motto, or it ought to be.
There you go.
Whatever their catchphrase is. All right, guys. So we've done our photos, and that means it's time for Courtney's Corner.
Everybody's been anxiously waiting this.
Oh, it's a big fucking deal around here. Now, it's supposed to be favorite grocery stores.
Hey,
which I thought was just...
I do need to hear some information from this. Favorite grocery stores. Anybody in the chat has to say a favorite grocery store, and you have to say why. I would love to know this. No, I'm serious. I think that people have to go to the grocery store, and men are going to the grocery store much more than they ever used to. And I think that people have preferences. I just do. I love Publix. I hate Publix prices. So I typically don't always go to Publix. I will go to the Walmart neighborhood market.
Of course.
Because it's convenient.
Convenient.
But I grew up going to a Winn-Dixie. So my heart is always with the beef people. But I have a hard time going in there now because it's not exactly as I remember it.
I grew up on Vons and Alpha Beta. That's what I had. Of course, being an alpha myself.
Oh, my Lord.
Let's see. Cassie TV says, for my money, Woodadley is the best Caribbean beer. I've not heard that one.
How about that?
Wardam Steve says he went to Sandals and they had Red Stripe Light, and one bartender said he'd never seen it outside the resort.
Oh, very interesting.
How
I don't know.
about
We
that?
don't go outside the resort. So
Chris M says Publix pub subs, which are good. I
They
have
are
had those
good.
a number of times.
Publix makes some amazing fried chicken too.
They do.
Yes.
I like Publix a lot. It's just
so expensive.
sorry, it's expensive.
It's very expensive.
But I'm used to it. It's near me. Like whatever. And,
They treat their employees right.
And Dentona, our former intern with the other show I do, he was a Publix guy too.
Yes.
So OTAG says pub subs are the shoot.
But I grew up
They're
like
very popular.
back in the day when I went to Winn-Dixie, the fancy place was Kroger. Like back in the day. It's not anymore.
You're not
Kroger's
saying-
changed.
you're saying
Kroger's.
Kroger's.
Has changed. It's not quite the way it used to be. It used to be a little more glamorous. I like Aldi, but I can't get into. There's just not enough choice at Aldi. So
Yeah, and you got to pay for your cart. That's some bullshit. Right
yeah.
Blake says, talking to Cassie DP, do they have it in Jamaica? That whatever that was that he said, Wadali or something. Maybe I didn't see it there. I tend to dabble in rum and mixed drinks in the Caribbean, but in Jamaica, I just had to try it all. That's
I
the right
gotcha.
attitude.
Hey, Corey Weber.
Corey W's in the Hizzle, one half of the Montgomery power couple.
Hello.
One of the strongest bunks, I would say. Although
Oh, Tim the Toolman Taylor listed one that Jay's gonna love.
he says Publix, Kroger's is what it should be called. Food
What's
City.
number 3?
Food City?
You love Food City.
I do like Food City. I haven't been to one since Tennessee. Winn-Dixie, and then 73,660 is Aldi. Food City in Sevierville, actually, I enjoyed the fuck out of that place.
Yes, it's like the oldest school. Like it's just like old, but it's a clean, organized old school grocery.
Yeah, it is. Don Properdickin coming in from Maastricht, Holland says grocery store question is really fucking complicated in 2024.
It is. It is because you're gonna go spend a fortune these days. So
Vince says
you have to
Piggly
enjoy
Wiggly.
your experience. At least at Publix, you can go in and get a beverage. You can go to a little beverage station and get yourself a little soft drink if you want while you're
could.
shopping.
Chris says you mean the Kroger's.
That's true, the Kroger's.
When we were in Kentucky, we just call it Kroger's.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get Brian, because Brian, he's got a deal on the brain drain to talk. I'm sorry, the rundown to talk about Uncle Keith's red sauce.
Yes.
He goes, it's available in Kroger, and I go, I don't know what the fuck that is. But you say Kroger's, I know exactly what's going on with that. Stu Pup says Aldi is cool for Basica
True.
or Basica.
So the one thing I do like about
means
Aldi, if you like to cook Cajun food, they always have fresh Holy Trinity in there.
What the fuck is Holy Trinity?
Holy Trinity is bell pepper, onion, and celery diced all up. And you don't have to sit there and dice it all up. It's already diced up for you and it's fresh.
Lil Wayne would say it's ass, pussy, mouth.
Okay, well, that's not the Holy Trinity I'm talking about.
That'd be a triple threat, actually. My bad. Looks like Corey's getting reacquainted with folks. Of course, Corey is one of the
Piggly Wiggly.
one of the elder statesmen of this place. Piggly
I will
Wiggly,
tell
like
you a
Walmart,
funny
has
story
tears.
about him.
Oh, but like his Piggly Wiggly makes me feel like I need to take a shower after leaving.
Okay, Piggly Wiggly is interesting because they always have those banners. I don't know if they still do. It's cost plus 10%.
I don't know that.
Huh?
I haven't heard that.
Yeah, that's their like little mantras that you're not going to get gouged coming here.
Mantra.
So the people that I was working with that are familiar with Piggly Wiggly were like, I'm not going to go there. They want to charge me 10% more than any place else. And I'm like, No, baby. They're actually charging you less.
I don't think they do that anymore because they're confusing the fuck out of people.
True, but it definitely was their little mantra.
I'll tell you a funny story.
Okay.
This really happened in California when I lived there because I'm from California.
Of course you are. This
They had the quarter pounder, which is a big deal at McDonald's, or it used to be anyway. A&W root beer used to have